Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to be talking about redefining core values. When you go through a breakup, especially divorce, your life kind of blows up in your face and you have a life in front of you that is uncertain and you don't know what to do. You don't know the choices that you need to make or the decisions that you need to make. Redefining your core values allows you to align your life with what truly matters to you without the overwhelm. And so I wanted to remind you that this is your chance to rediscover who you are, what you want, and design your life intentionally by making choices that align with these deepest values and your new set of goals that you have for your new incredible life. I know that defining your values is a very tedious process. Trust me, my values are changing daily, but if you choose a few core values for certain parts of your life, it's going to make it a lot easier. So, I wanted to provide you a few tips that you can use in order to define these values because let's face it, these are going to be your guiding post, helping you navigate through certain situations, certain decisions, certain choices, so that you can reflect back on these values and choose in those moments what works best for you and aligns most to your values, whether that's a relationship, whether that's a job, whether that is friendships, or what you want to do with your day. It really all begins with the intention of aligning to values that mean something to you. So instead of trying to put a blanket of values over your entire life, it makes it a lot easier to choose certain categories of your life that you can define values for. So let's say you want to consider these categories: relationships, personal growth, career, health and well-being. And so I would suggest only picking three at most for the area that most resonates with what you're going through right now. So if you are going through divorce and it relates to relationships, maybe you want to do some self-discovery, maybe you want to do some reflection, maybe you want to prioritize rest or slowing down. Define what values you need most in the moment for the category that most reflects what you're going through right now. Number two is finding your peak moments. So think back to moments when you felt the most fulfilled, the most proud, or the most aligned. What were you doing? Who were you with? And what qualities and principles were present in those moments? So, by reflecting on these peak experiences, you're going to notice some reoccurring themes. I mean, for me, I am a huge into creativity. I like to paint, I like to draw, and really the moments that I've felt most alive is when I'm creating, whether that's painting or drawing or even doing some digital creation, creating of videos. I am in my happiest moments. So creativity is very, very important. In speaking about what lights you up, a simple yet powerful question you can ask yourself to uncover some of your values is, what gives you energy? When you align your life with your values, they should feel uplifting. You should feel empowered. They definitely should not feel draining or a chore or something that you have to begrudgingly live up to. If a value feels like a burden, push it out of the way and find a new one. Because even though you might think that the value is a good value, it might not resonate truly with you if it doesn't feel good. So, two questions you can ask yourself is, what do I need most this season of my life? And what brings me the most comfort or peace in this moment? If you're in the healing stage, you might want to prioritize values like self-compassion, peace, rest, self-discovery, or reflection. Please don't put so much pressure on yourself to have values stay and be set in stone. Life evolves, and so can your values. You're not chained to them for your life until you die. It just doesn't work that way, and it's too much pressure. So instead of pressuring yourself to find the perfect values, choose what feels good for you right now. You can always reassess or tweak your values based on what's happening in your life and as you learn more about yourself and your needs. I suggest revisiting your values every few months or after a very significant life shift to ensure they're still serving you, because usually, like divorce or a big breakup, your values are going to change depending on what you want for your life going forward. And maybe you want peace. Maybe you want to, have that self-discovery or have self-growth. The other thing I will say is values are not rules. So for all of my perfectionist friends out there, values are not meant to be rigid rules that you have to follow. Okay? They are meant to be guidance when you need to make a choice or a decision. So sometimes your choices are not going to align with your values, and that's okay. Shit happens. Be compassionate toward yourself, that it's not always going to be an aligned choice. You have no obligation to follow a certain set of values or ones that your best friend has chosen or your idol. No. There are no right answers or right values that you can have because they're based on the user. They're based on you. So instead, what you can do is skim through a list of values. And I mean, you can search the internet for a list of values to look at. I'm sure that the library has books on this, but again, don't feel restricted into picking certain values. You really want to look at these values, read the word, and see which one feels right. Trust your intuition. Words that resonate with you deeply are a good indicator of what matters most to you. When you go out into the world and use your values, you're going to make choices from your future self's standing point and using those new values for 1 week. Make a commitment to yourself. When you are faced with a decision, ask, what would my future version of me do in this situation? What would they intentionally choose? This shifts your decision making from reactive into intentional decision making. So, if peace is a top value for you, you might set a boundary with people who create a lot of drama and a lot of stress in your life. If growth is a key value, then you need to say no to situations that keep you stuck. So when you choose values and live in this future version of yourself, how does it feel? Do you feel more connected to yourself? And if you are, that means you're on the right track. If you feel disconnected and there's tension and there's, this feeling of ick when you have to use a value, might be time to reflect on what other values will work for you. So, by taking small intentional steps, you can choose your values that truly reflect who you are without feeling overwhelmed. You don't have to choose a set certain value and have them blanket your life. Take the pressure off yourself and allow your values to act as a guiding compass for the life that you intentionally want and that you're creating for your future self. So I hope you enjoyed this video. Feel free to give a like to this video as well as subscribe if you want to hear more. If you'd like to join my mailing list, just comment below mailing list and I will add you to that. Other than that, if you have any comments, if you have any suggestions on topics that you want to hear about, if you are going through the self-discovery process, please comment below. I would love to hear your feedback. Again, thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.